Hello. Oh my. I did not realize I was actually talking and muted. So, hello everyone. Um I did not realize I was muted. So, I do apologize for that. Thank you so much for telling me. But yes, thank you so much for coming into tonight's live stream. We're all about getting started with landing pages, how to effectively build an email list, leveraging high converting landing pages. And so I really want you to understand the importance of using landing pages, how it can be used inside of your business, and what is the difference between having a landing page and having a or using your website. And so I really wanted to have this conversation around your landing pages, how you can effectively use your landing pages to build your email list, and just give you all the foundational information that is needed. So this applies to entrepreneurs, whether you are in the online space or not. If you have a product or service based business, this information will be useful to you. So you can put your questions inside of the comments and let me know if you have any questions. I will get to them either during the live training or even after the live training. But we are about to get started. So if you are new to the my platforms, hello, my name is Elisha Jacobs. I am an IT strategist and the CEO of Innovative Solutions, and I specialize in helping business owners leverage the power of technology to build sustainable businesses for accelerated growth, efficiency, and digitalization in the marketplace. I have been in the IT industry for over 15 plus years, and I have progressively not only teach or taught students how to use computers or prepare them for computer technician and network technician exams, but I have also successfully built and managed IT infrastructures for two organizations. And so in tonight's live training, I want you to enhance your experience by asking questions, accessing any resources that are available to you through this live training. Be open to learning, or you're ready to receive. And most important, any information that you get from this live training, take action, see how you can implement it so you can build and grow your business. And so, in tonight's live training, I want to talk to you about how you can effectively build an email list leveraging high converting landing pages. And so, I really want to give you a definition. The teacher in me will always give you a definition as to what things are, what are some technical terms. And so, what is a landing page? So a landing page it's different from other web pages from your website. So your website is your overall storefront, more or less, or place that people go to get informed about your products and your services, to get informed about your company. So that's your entire website. Inside of your website, you have individual web pages. That is your home page. That is your about page. That is your contact page. So those are the individual web pages that are contained in your website. Okay? Okay. So, hello. All right. So I think I just started the stream. So my special guest is here, Mr. Bob Sparkins. So I am gonna switch over one moment. So I'll let him introduce himself.
Hello, can you hear me now? Awesome. I cannot hear you back. So let me make sure I have the speaker on correctly. All right. First, so I can't hear you quite yet, but um, I apologize for being late. This is such a different time zone for me. I completely forgot that we were having a nice conversation tonight. But I cannot hear you still. Let me try this. I cannot hear you. I could hear you before you switched my screen, but I could not hear you now. Oh. Okay. So you can hear me, but I cannot hear you. Try. All right. Okay. How about now? I cannot hear you, and I'm hearing myself twice. Do you want me to hang up and then reconnect?
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Okay. All right. So it was muted. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. I'm still hearing myself twice. So what can I do?
Okay. All right. So let me know if you can hear me.
I can hear you. I
Okay,
hear
perfect.
myself.
Oh, you're hearing yourself twice. Okay. All right. Technical difficulties.
Right?
Okay.
How about now? Yep, still twice. All right. I'm not as familiar with Ecamm as
Okay.
others.
Okay.
All right. Let me hang up real quick and then I'll reconnect. See if that
Okay.
helps.
So I'll bring you back in. It's okay. All right. Okay, guys, sorry for that. There's some technical difficulties we're having on his end, but the show will continue. And so I think Bob also has a presentation that he wants to present to. So we are gonna get back in. Let me see. Okay.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
And echoing, so I think we're good.
Okay, we're good. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Bob, for being here. This is Bob Sparkins from Lead Pages. So we're doing a collaboration this evening. So I will let Bob introduce himself, and then we will continue into tonight's live training.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Alicia. It's my pleasure to be here. I do apologize for those of you who've been waiting around for a few minutes as we got things kicked off. I have a almost 6-year-old and 4-year-old at home, and it's bath time, and totally forgot about the actual time zone for this. So I do apologize for that. It's something that I really don't appreciate when guests do that to me. So I certainly don't want that to impact this night. But in any case, I work with our customers and future customers at Leadpages to help them understand how to market more effectively online. What are some of the strategies that you can use to take strangers who don't know who you are and turn them into customers and clients, depending on what kind of business that you run. My handles on the socials are at Bob the Teacher, and I'm the author of Take Action, Revise Later, which is a mindset that I would like for you to take on as you're learning how to market your business more effectively too.
Okay.
And that's pretty much me.
Okay. Thank you so much, Bob. So, for those who are now coming into the stream, well, I already did my introduction. Do you have any presentation to share, Bob, or share your screen at any point?
I can certainly share my screen as we
Sure.
get into some questions,
Okay.
but I wanted to just kind of make sure that I answered the questions that you have and the
Mm-hmm.
ones that people have that are on the call live,
Okay.
and then just show you inside of Lead Pages, show you what you can do, and kind of have it be a little bit of a free form conversation to a large degree. But I do have
Okay.
always top tips that I can share with you.
Okay, awesome. So, I was just giving them like a definition of landing pages, how useful landing pages are. So, I'm gonna share back my presentation at any time if you want to interject or so you can come in and just give more to it. So, the content was actually taken from one of the resources of Lead Pages. So, I decide to use most of the content from Lead Pages so we can give persons more foundational information on why it's important to have landing pages and so forth. Okay. All
Awesome.
right. So I'll just let me know if you can see my screen. Is it visible still?
Yes, I think
Okay,
so.
perfect. All right. So I was getting to the definition when you rang in about what a landing page is. And so a landing page is different from other web pages from your website, and it just has one specific purpose, which is to convert visitors into leads or sales. And this is very important because quite a lot of times persons have that confusion as to why it's important for them to use a landing page versus a web page. So I don't know if Bob, you can come in here and just maybe speak more to that.
Absolutely. So one of the things that we see is when people don't use a landing page, whether it's your traditional homepage of your website or it's a blog post or anything else like that, the people who come to your page have no real reason to join your email list. It's not obvious to them. It might be hidden off to the side, or you may not have a form at all for them to join your email list. But there's a lot of distractions, right? There's a navigation bar, there's a sidebar, there's all this stuff going on. And what we want you to do as a marketer of your business, not just the practitioner of your business, but the marketer as well, is to think like a conversion specialist, like a conversion marketer. And so landing pages allow people to come to your webpage to see one thing that they should be doing and concentrating on, and then saying yes or no. Do they want the lead magnet? Do they want the free gift? Do they want to buy your product or program? And if so, here's how to buy it. And if not, then they go somewhere else.
Mhm.
But landing pages tend to convert around 15 to 20% for a decent page. An actual well optimized page can be
Mhm.
30, 40, 50%. But a traditional homepage is going to convert at 1%, maybe
Mhm.
2%. And so, with the same amount of traffic, and whether it's through organic traffic or paid traffic, you're getting 10 to 15 times more conversions with a landing page. Um, And another reason, it's just easier to do. It's much
Yeah.
easier to do a landing page than a full-blown website. You don't need
Mhm.
WordPress, you don't need all these other bells and whistles. So it's an easier way, it's a faster way, and it converts. It works better.
Okay, so one of the questions a business owner may ask is it better to have landing pages versus having a full pledge or designed website?
The answer is it actually does depend, but
Mm-hmm,
if you're a newer business, what we find people have is this tendency to wait until their website is ready before they really launch.
mm-hmm,
And if you've been in business in a while for a while and you have a new program idea or some new promotion campaign you want to do, the tendency is let's get the website redone or rebranding or revamped or whatever. And all those things take a lot of time, and if you're working with a third party person, an agency or a developer or freelancer, it takes a lot of money too. Whereas a
mm-hmm,
landing page, you can do it yourself. It can be up in an hour or less. And as you do this a couple times, you can put a page together in 20 minutes or less.
mm-hmm,
So there's a lot of reasons why you want to do a landing page. That being said, I do encourage you to have a website. You know,
mm-hmm,
eventually, if it's not needed right away, but don't worry about a big elaborate website. You know, with
mm-hmm,
Leadpages, you can build a website as well, whatever program or platform you might use. But if you keep it simple, direct it towards a core audience and a core benefit and a core product, then you can have a website created in under a weekend. But start with a landing page and use
mm-hmm,
that as your initial marketing presence,
mm-hmm,
and then bring a website along. But a elaborate, super high tech website, they can look good, but they don't necessarily convert, and they're usually more hassle than they're worth,
mm-hmm.
unless you're in that second or third year of your business, and then you might decide to go forward with that. But right away, certainly not needed.
Okay, okay. Thank you. Thank you for clearing that up. And so one of the other questions, because I'm actually pulling from my own presentation too. What should be, because one of the questions I know business owners might be asking, because I do get these questions a lot. Um, why should they? Okay, you said that you can use landing pages with compliments of your website or waiting for your website to finish. But what should be included on a landing page? What are some of the needed elements that should be included on a landing page?
Yeah, I love that question, Alicia, because most people think of too many things at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So the most important thing is they need a way to take action.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to talk about some other elements too, but they need a way to take action. That could be a button on the page that says download now or sign up or register or I want this. You can use different kind of phrases, but that button leads to a form, or you can have the form on the page itself, but either way, there's a way to sign up or a way to pay you. So that's one element. A second element, which is what most people start with, is the words on the page. And the
Mm-hmm.
words on the page start with a headline, and the headline needs to be about the visitor, not about you. So
Mm-hmm.
you're the business owner, you have a product or service. Most people make the mistake of making the headline about them
Mm-hmm.
when the headline should be about the visitor. So what I'm talking about is what's a problem that they want to solve and a result they want to get. That's what your headline should be. It shouldn't be get my free ebook so that you can read something for the next 3 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's transform your relationships in 5 steps.
Mm-hmm.
That's a headline, right? And then below that, you have a little bit of additional text, not a lot. Maybe 100 words is all you really need for a decent landing page.
Okay.
If you're going to use it for a long time, you might want to up that up to 250, 300 words just for search engine optimization. We can talk about that in a minute,
Mm-hmm.
but keep it simple, keep it clean, and then that's it. You don't need anything else. You don't need your logo. You don't need an about you section. You don't need a navigation area. You don't need your social media profiles on your landing page. All you need is a nice headline, a nice set of text that tells people what they're going to get, and then a way to get it. So that's where that button comes in with the form attached to it.
Okay. So that call to action needs to be something very specific, like telling the people, okay, so when you land on here, what to do. And I think that is why landing pages convert so high, because it's so focused. There, like you said, no, not too many elements are on there. It's like to the point. And
Yeah.
I'm getting into landing pages myself. I do use the website, but landing pages, I noticed there is a difference in terms of the conversion rate when it comes to landing pages, because it's more focused, and the action is more prominent in the face of those who are visiting.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Yes, so I'll let you take over from here to just show people about Lead Pages, because I'm on the Lead Pages platform, new to the Lead
Yeah.
Pages platform, and so I will let you just share your screen and just show persons what Lead Pages has to offer and how they can actually build landing pages in Lead Pages and stuff.
Awesome. So let me just verify you can see my screen. I have clicked on share screen and share, but I don't know. I can't tell if you can see it or not.
Let me see. Um, I don't think so. Hold the phone. Oh, there we go. Um, screen. No, I'm
Let me
trying to
try this way.
find. One moment. I can bring in your screen. One moment. Let me see if I can bring in your screen.
It keeps having me click it, but then it doesn't seem to want to stick
Oh, okay.
on there. Oh, you just had it, you said.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks, Lisa, for helping us troubleshoot or just responding with the visuals here.
Okay.
Uh, how about now? Are you able to see it, Lisa?
No, I am not seeing it. Let me check on this part, because something is element is missing. Okay.
Okay. And how about now?
Let me stop sharing. Let me see. Oh no.
Oh, it might be because you're still sharing your screen.
Okay. All right. So let me take that off, and okay. Mhm. All right. See if you can share now.
All right. How about now?
Still not seeing it. I'm not seeing it, so I guess the people will not be able to see it.
So what should be showing is a list of templates if you are
Okay.
able to see it.
All right. One moment.
You just see me, okay?
Yeah.
Then let me try one more thing. And how about now?
Mm, Okay. Let me see something. I'm trying to see
And you
how.
and then so you're not, thanks Lisa for letting us know. So you're not seeing any screen other than just the two of us, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think that might be a problem on my part.
How about now? I think you
Okay,
might see me
there we
now.
go. I think I got it. There we go.
Okay, great. I don't know where you are now. I can't see
It's
your
okay.
face,
You
but
just
that's okay. We'll
talk.
figure
It's
it out.
okay.
Okay, so the first thing I wanted just to share was this idea that we've just been talking about of shorter is better. And
Mm-hmm.
this is the landing page gallery within the Leadpages platform.
Okay.
And you can also go to leadpages.com/templates to see the same thing. And if you do a sort by conversion rate, you're going to see that the top uh, landing pages here that have been around for a bit of time, they are the ones that are the highest converting. And if you click on preview, you can see this is the entirety of the page: headline, short description, easy call to action button.
Mm-hmm.
On a mobile device, graphic falls in, mobile optimize, all that kind of stuff. So when we say that shorter is better, it's not because we were guessing, it's not because we want you to have an easier time. It's because the data tells us that these kinds of short pages convert the best. Now, for sales pages and for such things that might require a little bit additional information, like a webinar registration or something like that, yes, you still may want a little bit more of an extended page. But even then, you want to keep it as simple as possible. So the nice thing about that for you is if you're new to landing pages, you don't have to write 3,000 words like you might for a really good blog article, right? You don't
Mm-hmm.
have to write a bunch of pages for a website. So that's the first thing I wanted to show you. The second thing I wanted to show you within Leadpages itself is I wanted to give you a sense of that not only can you do the landing pages, but yes, you can also create full websites so that they can be acting like landing pages. But the same thing applies where the actual website that you can build with Leadpages might have a navigation, but it's still clean and simple, and it uses a lot of good space, a lot of good hierarchical structure, and still uses the idea of signing up for something. And even though we're going to spend most of our time tonight talking about landing pages, I just wanted to mention really quickly that you can absolutely do a full website with Leadpages.
Okay.
Um, the next thing I want to mention with landing pages is you need to be able to give something away. So you might have a landing page that says join my newsletter or get free updates from me when I have something cool to say. But people don't want that. That's not why they're going to sign up.
Mm-hmm.
They want something tangible, right? They want a video, they want a checklist, they want a resource guide, they want a training like this. They want something that they can watch or consume or learn from right away. And I wanted you to know that within Leadpages, you can put in place a lead magnet and deliver it, even if you don't have an email system of your own yet. You can put in your name, email, etc. You can paste a web URL from Dropbox or Google Drive or from a web service like Canva or Tract, or you can even upload a PDF to our system and have a quick message. And the result of that is that you get to send out your lead magnet from our system even before you have something of your own. Okay. So just wanted to give you a couple of those things before I dig into actually building a page. Did you have any comments about that, Alicia?
Oh no, that's good so far. If you have any questions, those who are on the live, you can drop it in the comments and we would answer them.
Awesome. So let me show you how quick and easy it is to make a page like this. All right. So we'll click on Start Building after we've selected a template, and this loads up our builder. Okay. So we'll just call this an example resource guide um, landing page. And a couple of things to note when you're first getting started is everything that you see in the window for the builder is what the page is going to look like.
Mm-hmm.
You can see from the page here, it might have some extra sections, or it might be a limited amount of sections. And when you're inside of the layout pane, you can just click these little eyeball icons to hide any of the sections that you don't need. And when you're ready to expand what it is that you're doing, you can bring those sections back if you like. Okay.
Okay.
The next thing I want you to note before we get into it too far is there's a little question icon up over here on the right, and there's a little checklist that we have you go through, especially the first couple times you make your pages, so that you feel really confident knowing how to build your page for your business goals. So get to know Leadpages is a short little overview video for you to watch. There's a way for you to set global styles, which means that you can set what fonts you want to have. The fonts basically allow you to use the fonts that we have already built into the system, or you can upload your own fonts if you have something that you really enjoy. Okay. You also have the ability to manipulate the widgets on the page. So we have a little demonstration for that and additional steps from there. All right. So if you get stuck on anything, you have the checklist, but then you also have the get support area here, and you can get a support ticket. You can get chat while you're in your trial, or if you have an annual plan, you have chat support, you have resources, knowledge center, all that kind of stuff. Okay. So wanted you to see that even if you are starting out from scratch and, it's pretty intuitive system, but if you do get stuck, there's a lot of help at your fingertips.
Mhm.
Now, as far as the actual page is concerned, a lot of times the first thing people want to do is swap out their logo. My recommendation would be if you have a logo, great, go ahead and swap it out. If you don't, just delete that. You don't need to have a logo. Don't get stuck on having a logo. Then you can start talking about your headline. Now, all of our templates come pre built with real text inside. So you can use that as a bit of a guide, but you can obviously replace the text with what you want to say. All right. Now, Lisa, I don't see the chat. So if you can put in the chat, and then Alicia, if you can tell me what she says,
Mhm.
I'd like to know an idea of a business of somebody who's here on the line right now so that I can use that as an example of something that I can build.
Mhm.
So if you have an idea of what you do for people, what's the kind of transformation you offer, or the product that you offer, I can build an example page, built off of that. All right.
Okay.
And while you're doing that, I would then say if you do have an image that you want to bring onto the page, you can upload it into our system simply with a quick upload. And then once your thing is here, you can then use it. Right. So I'm just going to use this lovely photo of my wife to start with for tonight. And then we would change the text. Then with the button, the call to action button, this is where we connect it to our system for follow up. So once they give us the email, what happens, right?
Mhm.
So within the email form, you can connect this to your email provider. If you don't have one yet, you just get the email straight sent to you, and then you can respond back to the person as you wish. You can even go to this actions tab and add that lead magnet that we were talking about a minute ago for our system to send it out for you. All right. But if
Mhm.
you do have an email system, then you click on add an integration. You choose from any of the major email service providers that are out there. And if one of these is not listed, if the one you're using is not listed here, then you can connect to it through Zapier. So really easy to connect the dots with that. All right.
Okay.
So once you have that set up, then you're able to have the email that's collected sent directly to that email system. All right.
Mhm.
So a couple of the technical things there. Did Lisa give us an idea of what she's working on for her business?
All right. So far, I know that Lisa is a certified executive and leadership coach. She
Perfect.
helped Black women professionals lead with confidence. So that is the most I know of Lisa.
Okay, perfect.
But she's in
That's
the
great.
coaching space. Hmm.
Great. So my wife also in the executive coaching space, so I'm very familiar with this field.
Hmm.
So one of the things you want to think about if you're trying to help women, Black women in particular, or any women who want to gain more confidence in their professional life, you want to think about what's that first challenge for them that they're trying to overcome. Okay, so maybe it's something like how to be heard in meetings, because a lot of times people in meetings who lack confidence don't get their ideas heard, right? So you might have some kind of free guide that says something like 4 easy ways to be heard in your workplace meetings. Okay. Or something like that. So you come up with that kind of an idea. But the thing that I want to emphasize here is it's not about it being a guide. It's not about it being a video or anything like that. It's what's the result I want to have. I want to be heard in the marketplace, or I want to be heard in my meetings. I want to have confidence going into whatever that situation happens to be. So then we take a look at the rest of the bullets here. Tips and recommendations to, and then what do you want them to do? So to have confidence in any professional setting, okay, or have more confidence in any professional setting. Um, and then instead of money saving ideas, you can say something like um, self esteem exercises. See if I can spell things right. And instead of to get the most out of limited resources and time, to get amped up for your next presentation or something like that. So you get the idea, right? So you just think through what are some of the chief benefits that I want to provide to people in this lead magnet that I have. And that's what I explain on the landing page itself. All right. Once that landing page is done, you then can preview it and you can see the way that that page is going to look on different devices. You want to make sure that you do this step because you want to make sure that what you do looks good on mobile devices. You want to make sure it looks good on tablet and obviously on the desktop. And if you want to make changes to the way it looks, you can do so simply by making sure that a section that you're working with has an option for this device specific display. And you say which sections are for mobile, which ones are for tablet, which ones are for desktop. All right. The
Mhm.
cool thing is you don't need to worry about that when you first get started because everything's already mobile responsive, but that gives you an opportunity to customize them for the different devices if you want to. The background image that you see here, meanwhile, you can see that I can't really see it because of the way the layout is right now. So there's a couple things that I could change. So one thing is I could just delete it, right? So I could completely delete this image so that it's just a plain, very plain landing page, not much to it. And then I could leave it like this. Or what I can do, what I prefer to do is I don't like the image like I showed. I prefer personally to have the background image and have it be going across the entirety of the page. All right. So I happen to have another image that's similar to what I just had, and we put that as the background of the entire page. You obviously can't see what it is right now. So what we do is we come into this area. I'm going to delete this row. I'm going to go ahead and move this button into this column. I'm going to delete this row. And yes, I know what I'm doing. I've been doing this a long time. So don't worry about how fast I'm doing things. Just realize how much you're going to be able to get this done quickly as you practice and get better at it. And I'm gonna move this column over, reveal the subject of the image, and then I'm gonna make sure that the section has the right amount of padding on different sides so that I don't worry about things not being able to be seen. All right. So within just a matter of moments, right, I'm able to make these types of adjustments and get the page to look more like what I want it to look and have it be compelling for people to say yes to it. All right. And then I click on publish. And when I click on publish, I can publish it to my own website domain if I want to connect it easily within the system. I can also publish directly to the Leadpages server if we want to. And you can control what it says. Okay. So confidence in meetings would be maybe the slug I would choose. I click publish. And in just a matter of minutes, we have customized a template, made it look like our own, and attached a lead magnet to it, attached the email form to it, and now it's live on the web, and just that quick. And in the process of doing that, you would be able to see. Let's do this page here. You can see that the page is now live on the web. So I can have visitors, I can send this out, people can fill out the form. And if I have a change in what I want to say, then all I have to do is come in here and make those changes. I don't have to go back out to a freelancer or a web developer to make these changes. I can do these changes myself. And I can then click on update. And within a matter of about 10 seconds or so, the update is now live online. So, really easy. Again, I want to emphasize how easy this is to do it as a fast approach towards taking an idea you have, wanting to get something in front of your ideal audience, and then being able to put it together quickly. All right, I'm going to stop there for a moment and see what kind of questions you may have about what I just talked about.
Okay. Alrighty. I'm not seeing any questions in, but I can remember when I was filling in my or creating my first landing page in Leadpages, it was very, very easy for me to actually create. And the builder is so intuitive that you were able to drag and drop and customize a lot of the elements. And I've worked on many platforms before, and I have found that some of them are not so intuitive in that, it's hard to customize certain things. And tech support is very, very good. They have very good tech support. So if there's any problem that you encounter, you can always reach out to their tech support and you can get help where needed.
Yeah, our tech support team is awesome. If you look at any of the major review sites like G2 or Trustpilot or any of these other ones, as you're making a decision about starting up with Leadpages, you'll see that every review, almost to the letter, mentions how awesome our support team is, how good they are at answering the questions that were asked, on how fast they are at getting back to you, on how knowledgeable they are and empathetic they are, and how much they treat you like a human, as opposed to other platforms and systems that they tend to not really invest a lot in their customer support, which obviously is a bad thing.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Okay.
Do you have a link, Alicia, for them to take a look at for Leadpages themselves?
Oh, yes, I do. So I'm gonna pull that up on my screen. One moment. I think it's way down. Okay. All right. So to get started with Leadpages, you can go to try.leadpages.com/. Innovative Solutions, and you can learn. You can get started with Leadpages, and um, I think they give you that. It's how many was the trial period? I'm trying to
It
remember.
is, yeah, it's 14
14
days.
days. Yes.
Uh, and in those 14 days, we give you access to whatever account level that you want to take on.
Hmm.
If you let me pull this up real quick. So you said try.leadpages.com, innovative solutions.
Yeah, Innovative.
Okay, let me pull it up real quick.
Hmm.
Oh, I see it. Okay. So when you go to that page, you're going to be taken to a page that looks very much like this, right?
Hmm.
And you're going to then see the ability to watch a short little video, see all the details, whatever. But if you click on this start a free trial, you'll be able to pick between a monthly and an annual plan. And I would recommend that you start with the pro level because you can then see all the features that you need over the next 2 weeks. Then you decide whether or not you need all those features or not. And then if you want to change your mind to the standard plan, you can. If you want to save money, you get 3 months for free when you go to an annual plan. So you can start with monthly if you want to, go through that for the trial and then decide before the trial is over, or you can go monthly for a couple months and then decide after a few months you want to go annual to save some money. Regardless of what plan you choose, um, all that's completely up to you. But just remember, you're starting for free and you're getting access to our support team. You're getting access to the software itself. You can create as many pages as you want to over the next 2 weeks. Every Wednesday, including tomorrow, but not next Wednesday, but most Wednesdays of the year, I do a conversion coaching call for our customers, and that's free, completely free for you as a member of Leadpages to come in to show me your pages and to have me give you some feedback on what I would change, how to improve your page, how to use the builder better, all that kind of stuff. So use the link that hopefully I can't see the chat right now, so hopefully you've got that in the chat, and that gets you started for the account.
Okay.
Okay.
Perfect.
All right.
Awesome. All right.
Cool. So let me share just a couple of other quick things. If you have any additional questions before we wrap up today, obviously I want you to be able to answer those. Um, but I want to show you with the once your landing page is done, there's a couple things to note. One is that we give you real-time analytics for your page. So that means, although this is a demo, you can't really see any real traffic yet. You're going to be able to see how many people viewed your page. You're going to be able to see how many conversions happened, and that'll be over time. And you can
Mm-hmm.
tell, what things are working and what things might need some improvement. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one thing. The second thing that I want you to know is once you've done the first page, you can come over to this actions menu and you can duplicate the page. Um, the duplicate the page allows you to save time, right? So instead of using our templates, once you've used a template and customize it, you basically have made your own template so that you can start from that position. That saves you a lot of time too when you go to make that second and third page.
Mm-hmm.
You also have the opportunity to do a split test if you use the pro level of Leadpages. The pro level allows you to test two different versions of pages, and then our system will tell you which one is converting the best. So again, this is a demo account, so there's not real traffic, but you can see that version A is going to get a certain percentage and version B is going to get a certain percentage. And you'll see the data down here as to which one is doing a better job. And as that goes through about a week or two worth of traffic, you can see which one is getting the most for you. And that alone, helps pay for your account, right? If you can get a version of a page that was converting at 20% and you do a split test and now it's converting at 30%, and you can compare those two together, well, you've now increased your conversion rate by 50%. All right. So that means that all other things being equal, you're doing less work for more rewards.
Okay.
And to me, that's obviously a smart way to go.
Okay.
Um, and the last thing I'll show you is also in that pro level. If you do have that pro level, it allows you to take payments online directly through our system. If with any level plan, you can connect to PayPal or Gumroad or Shopify or
Mm-hmm.
anything like that. But if you use Leadpages Pro level, then you can take any form that's on the page, get rid of it, and replace it with an order form for credit cards. So this allows you to connect directly over to Stripe and get people to have a seamless process of paying you for whatever it is that they're buying from you. So in my case, I have a demo product here of primary products. We select whatever the price is we've set up inside of Stripe, and now it's connected to the order form. We add in whatever fields we may want to know, like say the first name, maybe the zip code of your addressee. You don't need the full address, and then you're set. You can publish this, and people can now pay you and receive whatever it is that they bought through the integration with your email system. So
Okay.
don't worry so much right now about knowing how to do what I just showed you. I just want you to see that it is possible. It's easy to do, and we're going to help you get started, nice and easily. All right.
Awesome.
Any other questions come in so far for us?
None at this time. And usually
Okay.
I would definitely reach out to you, or like after the live when they've watched the replay, we can always. But one of the good things I like with Lead Pages is that dashboard, because it gives you like real time as to what is going on with your pages,
Yeah.
your conversions and so forth. Um can you speak a little on the conversion tools, like the pop-ups and stuff? Because
Yeah.
that
Sure.
too helps with building your email list as well.
Absolutely. While we're on this page, real quick, I'll mention if you do start your trial, the first thing I would recommend doing is come over here to this events area and click on conversion coaching and get signed up for these calls, because we do them, like I said, almost every Wednesday, and that gives you a chance to get some real world feedback. All
Mhm.
right, so conversion tools. So in addition to landing pages and websites, we also have pop-ups and alert bars. A pop-up is something that you can put on an existing website that you have, even if it's not on Lead Pages. So a WordPress site, Squarespace. There's other tools that allow you to take a little bit of code and put them into their system, so that you can get an actual email sign up from those other areas. So just like a landing page, you have the ability to show and hide sections, to add rows and columns and do backgrounds and all that kind of stuff. You have a form on here that you can connect to your email, just like you did in the landing page. But once this form is done, or this pop-up is done, then you have the ability to publish it. And it can be something that happens on your website based on somebody clicking a link or clicking a button or clicking on an image, or it can even show up after a certain amount of time, or if they go to leave your page. So these are a great way for you to get people interested in whatever it is that you happen to be doing. And again, that can be on any other website that you have. Now, in addition to that, let me see if I have an example of this real quick. I can show you. So this website, worldencounter.org, is a nonprofit with one of our customers, and this is a website built with Leadpages. But as you scroll through, she's got information about various other things, volunteer, get your opportunity to get connected to that, etc. All these are different things that can happen. Another example to share with you is from Candace. She has this alert bar at the top of the
I'm not
page,
seeing your
and
screen. Wait.
oh, sorry,
It's
thank you.
okay. Yeah.
Uh, so let me go back just to show you what I just had. I forgot what I was supposed to make sure that Ecamm could see what I was doing. So this is the World Encounter site I was just talking about, and how this particular nonprofit person has like a volunteer list. So when you click on that button, that's how that pop-up shows up. Okay, so that's another example of a pop-up. And then with this other site, built with the Leadpages system. She has the alert bar at the top of the page. So this become a VIP member is an alert bar. So that shows up at the top or the bottom of your website, and it can go to a landing page. So this is the landing page that just showed up, and this is a way for you to get attention to a specific program that you happen to want to get attention for. Okay,
Okay.
so I just wanted those are a couple of examples of them in action. And then an alert bar, just like with landing pages and the pop-ups, they're super easy for you to create. And then once you have these created, you simply go in and you can modify them as you want to. They can be at the bottom of the page or at the top of the page. They can have different color background. They can be a button. They can be a form. They can link to different things, etc. And once you have published them, you just take this little bit of code, put it onto your website. So really good way for you to add extra ways for people to join your email list or to find out about your most important marketing campaign that you happen to be going through at this time. All right.
Awesome. Yes. So it's a really good platform, and I myself are enjoying it at the moment. Thank you so much, Bob, for sharing about Leadpages. I don't think I was able to do it like you. And so thank you so much for coming in and really sharing on how they can start or get started building landing pages, and how they can use Leadpages to do so. So if you're interested in getting started with Leadpages, you can go to try.leadpages.com/innovative solutions, and you get your 14 days free trial period. Get into the trial period, test the platform. It's very simple. Again, their support is A1. You can ask questions if you run into any technical difficulties, and start building your email list. So, Bob, is there anything else like best practices or so you want to leave with us before we close off?
Yeah, so I want to make sure you remember what I mentioned at the very beginning. Um, Take action, revise later. So as you're thinking about the first landing page that you make, it's not going to be your last landing page. Don't worry about it being perfect. It needs to be visible to people. It needs to be something that is in service of your audience, and you need to get it done. But then go back and change it as you see the real world feedback. I also want to reemphasize this idea that Leadpages wants you to be super successful. That's why we have a great support team. That's why we do those weekly coaching calls. So take advantage of the connections you have. And of course, obviously, reach out to Alicia with any of the questions you might have. For as she's learning the process, she'll also be able to help you move forward faster. Don't try to do this on your own.
Mm-hmm.
You're really good at what you do, I'm sure, and we don't want your technology to be in the way, which is why we've made this system easy. And don't let our technical issues with Ecamm tonight, with the recording and the screen and everything, make you hesitate. This is a
Mm-hmm.
great way for you to get your business to move forward faster with Leadpages, and we'd love to see you succeed, because we know that on the other side of your business are customers who desperately need what you have, and we want to make it easy for them to get them from you. So
Okay.
that's it. Thanks so much, Alicia, for having me on
You're
tonight.
welcome. You're welcome, Bob. And thank you guys so much for tuning into tonight's session. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me, and definitely try Leadpages. You won't regret it. Honestly. All right. So thank you so much, Bob, for taking time. You can go back to your little ones now. And
Thank you.
thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight. So have a good night, everyone. Bye.
Bye for now.